A little bit over a year ago, I had gotten this Oupes Mega 3 power generator, and I have been using it every day since I got it. And so today, I want to take the time to give you guys an update on how the performance of this power unit has been. So we're going to go over the things that I like about this power unit and some things that I think could maybe use some improvement, and give you an overall opinion on whether or not you should invest in this power unit. So right off the bat, the thing that caught my eye with the Oupes generator is its price point. And that's probably why you're thinking about buying the Oupes power generators, because they are one of the cheapest power units on the market. So with them being the cheapest on the market, the big question I had was, what is the longevity and what is the functionality of these power units? Are they going to last? And are they going to be a bunch of headaches or not? So I'm hoping to answer some of those questions for you in this video. Some of the things that I see as an advantage of these power units over other power units is, one, the extra batteries are smaller. They're more compact than, say, like the EcoFlow Delta Pros. The battery packs for those are quite a bit larger. And the other thing about these battery packs is you're able to use the USB charging and your 12 volt charging, and also your 12 volt outlet there, without having this connected to the unit. The other big advantage that I see over the Oupes, which I've used quite a bit, is these extra batteries can take in solar. So every time you add an extra battery, you can add an additional 2100 watts of solar to each battery, which is crazy because 2100 watts will charge these batteries in no time at all. So if you hook up solar to, say, this battery here, the solar that you have hooked up to this battery will charge this battery first, and then when this battery is fully charged, it will charge the rest of the system up. So that is one of the biggest things. Once you start expanding your battery bank, you start running out of solar to be able to charge the battery every day. And so I would say the biggest thing with Oupes that I find is one of the most appealing things is the fact that you can add solar to each one of the batteries. On the Mega 3s, you cannot do that on the B5 batteries, but you can do it on the B2 batteries. And then if you're, like I said, if you're out camping, you want to go out tenting or something, you just want something to be able to charge your phones, this is a nice light little unit that you could still charge with solar panels that you could just take with you on the go and use it to charge stuff. One of the downsides of this power unit is if you let it drain down all the way, you have to go and plug it into an outlet to get it to start charging again. And it's kind of a slow, time-consuming process. So I try to never let it get below 10 to 20%, so I don't ever have to worry about that. One of the other features about this power unit that is really nice that I like is if the sun comes up and this power unit is shut off, it will turn the power unit on and start charging the batteries on it as long as there's PV power coming in. I've got other power units that they do not turn on. Even if the battery is dead or next to dead, they won't turn on unless you come out and manually turn it on. So another thing that I like about these units. Now, the downside, though, as I had mentioned, is I have to come out and shut it off before it gets down to 0%. If it gets down to 0%, let's say at night, 10 o'clock at night, it's down at 0%, it shuts off my load. I forget about it. My refrigerator's off overnight, not the end of the world. But then the next morning, in order to get this powered back up, I have to go through a reboot cycle with it, so to speak, to get it to start charging again. And it takes a little bit of time because it has to charge at a low wattage for a few minutes before it'll accept a high amperage charge. Again, it's not a big deal, but it would be nice if it had a feature where I could set it on the app where if it gets to 10%, it'll shut the AC outlets off and kind of go into a low power consumption mode. One of the other things that I've really liked about Oupes is they've added a lot of features to the app in the last year that I've had this power unit. None of the other power units that I have added nearly as many features on the app as the Oupes power unit. So they're always trying to change, they're always trying to grow and get better and make their product better. So other than the issue of it going completely dead and having to reboot it, I haven't had any other issues with it. Occasionally you got to come out and reset the Wi-Fi, shut it off, turn it back on, but that's with all the power units. It seems like you have that issue where you got to disconnect and reconnect Wi-Fi. It's just the nature of the beast with any sort of electronics. One thing I'd recommend with this power unit is if you're going to do a lot of wall charging at the high charging level, I'd recommend getting a new power cord, one that's got a little bit higher gauge wire in it. It's going to have a different end too. It's going to have a 20 amp plug instead. And the only reason why I say that is if you're constantly charging this thing and you're taking it from 0 to 100% or 10 to 100%, by the end of the charging cycle, your cord's going to get very warm. For my peace of mind, I just got the heavier cord. It doesn't heat up at all. It's going to have the different plug on it. It's going to have the 20 amp plug, so you got to make sure that you have an outlet that'll accept it. It isn't required. Again, it's my preference. I'll put a link in the description for this cord if you choose to get one. Another cool thing about the Oupes that I just found out today actually is, I didn't realize it, but they came out with a gas powered generator. So when the gas power generator is hooked up to your power unit, if your battery power unit gets below 20%, it'll automatically start the gas power generator and start charging your batteries until it gets to 90%, and then it'll shut it off. So if you're looking to have a power unit for a camper, this is the best setup, in my opinion, that you can get, because you don't have to worry about leaving a generator running 24/7 to keep everything powered. It will automatically turn on and turn off as needed. And you can couple that with solar panels. If you have solar panels on the roof charging, then you'll have less time that you need to have the gas powered generator running. The gas powered generator is fairly inexpensive. It's only $550 and would make an excellent addition to your camping rig. So you could buy a Mega 3 and the generator for about the same price you'd buy a Honda generator for, and that won't give you what this gives you. So it's things like that about Oupes that I love. The nice thing about the gas powered generator is they have it set to run at the optimum RPMs for fuel efficiency and output efficiency. So it's going to be the most fuel efficient option for charging your power unit, and so when you're camping, versus having a Honda generator running 24/7 just burning fuel when you don't need it. It's smart enough to turn on and turn off when it needs to. So overall, over the past year, I've been really impressed with the Oupes power unit. For an entry-level power unit, I think it far exceeds my expectations. I have no real big complaints with this. There's a few things that, yes, I'd like to see changed, and honestly, I think that they could be changed over time. It's just a matter of updating firmware and updates to the app. So if you're looking to get into solar, you're looking for something for camping, I think that this power unit would be my go-to for a camping setup. Or if you're looking to get into solar, this is going to have the best ROI, the best return on an investment if you're looking to save money on your electric bill, because the initial cost up front is so much cheaper than some of the bigger name brand units. So overall, I would highly recommend this product if you're looking to get into solar and you don't want to spend a ton of money, or you're looking for something to use when you're camping, maybe use it in your camper or your motorhome. This would be an excellent option, especially if you pair it with the gas power generator. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope this video was helpful, and if you like this video, please hit that subscribe button down below and follow along to the channel, and I hope to see you in the next video.